Hey family, what's going on? Klaus here, and welcome back to Surviving with Mekanism, where guys, last time we set up this amazing sorting system, and I have tweaked it a little bit, added a few extra bins, and I also beautified it a little bit, because frankly, the chest and everything being in the corner was kind of weird. I'm not a big fan. I kind of want to like move these things back a block or two, but right now it is serving its purpose, and I love it, very much. This chest is actually like random organic stuff. I tried to create a sorting thing where I tried to use this logistical sorter and sort with it, but I had some problems, so I haven't quite gotten around to that. But today, guys, we're going to begin the process of moving toward not just ore tripling. No, that is child's play. We're going to move into ore quadrupling, and it's going to take quite a bit of work. In fact, I've got lots of notes in front of me. I did lots of math, and hopefully I didn't mess it up. All right. So the first thing that we have to do is make a dynamic tank, and this is going to hold the byproduct of the machine that we're going to build today, called the salination plant. So the first thing I have to do is gather my materials. I'm going to need 2 full stacks, or almost 2 full stacks of steel. I'm also going to need a lot of iron. I'm going to need some glass, and I'm going to need 3 green circuits. All right, so now that I've got that stuff, I guess, you know what, I should probably put this thing in a better spot. I mean, it's kind of just like, I don't know, it feels like it's in a weird spot. So let me just put this right there. That'll work. Okay, so to make a dynamic tank, it can be very, very large, but I'm just going to stick to a 5x5x5 tank, and it's going to hold a mass amount of what we're going to be making in our salination plant. Brine, okay? Salty water. Google it. I'm not entirely sure how it works, but to ore quadruple, you have to get into chemistry. It's not just a simple, you know, like throw some oxygen into the ore and boom, you get yourself triple. You're going to quadruple. It's a big deal. So what we need to do is get 65 dynamic tanks. 65 total. And so to get 65 dynamic tanks, I'm going to need 65. Well, technically, I'll have to make 68 because you can only make them in groups of 4. I do have some extra dynamic tanks, actually. Let me see if I've got how many I have. Oh, hold on. I know I've got some somewhere. Hold on. Hold the phone. Wait. Oh, I've got 2. Okay, so I still have to make 68. So never mind. Yeah, so I've got to make 68 of these dynamic tanks, which means I'm going to have to make 17 buckets, and we all know exactly how buckets are made. So let's go ahead and shift click that, and now let's make 17 buckets. And apparently you can only hold 16 in a single stack. I had no idea. So now I need to make 68 dynamic tanks. This should make almost all of them, and then I will shift click them again, and there we go, 68 total dynamic tanks. The next thing I have to make is oh my gosh, so my notes, just look at my notes. Look at them. It's insane. and I've got 3 of them for this episode, okay? So today's going to be really nuts. Oh dang, I rearranged it a little bit. Okay, we're good. So yeah, today's pretty crazy. So the dynamic tanks, and then I'm going to need 40 structural glass. 40 structural glass. And again, tons of steel and some sand, or I'm sorry, some glass. So let's make 40 of these things. Apparently I do not have enough steel, so let's grab another stack of that. Shift click, and again I need 40 of them, which means oh wow, I probably didn't need to actually get more steel, but there we are. We got 40 structural glass. Now let me just throw everything back in because I want to start afresh every single time. So let me throw all of that back in, and we're going to assemble this tank, and hopefully it actually works out the way it's supposed to. Now it's dark outside, so even if we get this thing set up pretty quickly, it won't matter because it doesn't work in the nighttime. But we're just making this structural tank right now, this dynamic tank. So the way dynamic tank works is it must have, oh, and I didn't talk to you guys about the layout. So I've already kind of set up the layout for this. Okay, so making sure I didn't hear a phantom. I've already dug my hole for my salination plant. What the heck? Freaking Endermen, they drive me crazy. So a salination plant will go here. We're only going to make 1 of them today. But we're actually going to end up having 4 of them, okay? And there's a really specific reason for why we need 4. We'll get into that in a little bit. But let's just say, even though this thing is massive and it's going to be awesome, it's not going to be enough. And there's a very specific reason for that. We'll get into that later. But for now, there we go. Let's make this. So I'm going to have one here, I'm going to have one here, and then one on each other corner. And it's going to look nice. It's just kind of like, I wish I didn't have to do this. But okay, let's turn off that. That's 3, 4, and 5. Remember, I told you guys it was going to be a 5x5 square. So here we go. The bottom of a dynamic tank has to be solid, and then the corners have to also be. Oh, here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the corners have to be dynamic tanks. And I think, yep, I did one too many. Ooh, and I forgot, I need to make the valves. All right, here, let's finish this frame. So all the corners have to be this dynamic tank, and this should. Ooh, looks like I overmade here. This is interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I must have overcalculated. Oh, you know what? No, I didn't overcalculate. I didn't make everything that I need to make. Let me refer to my notes once again. Here's my crafting table. So I've got tanks. I've got valves. That's what I need. The dynamic valves. Here, check this out. So dynamic valves. That's what I need. Okay. So I forgot to grab that. I'm going to need to make 5 of these, which means I'm technically going to make 6 of them. And there we go. So I've got these 3 dynamic tanks left over, plus these dynamic valves. And I guess I could probably just throw that back in there, and this extra dirt can go back in there. Okay, so these valves. And now these, I'm gonna have to get used to where I'm putting everything. These valves are going to they're gonna receive the brine. And so if the brine is gonna be coming out of here, we might as well put the valve, I kind of want to put it up higher. So we're gonna put 2 on either side, here and here. And then the 5th one will come out the front, and this is what's going to carry the brine to the machinery. So put that in the middle. And remember, I needed 5. I made 6, so I have 1 extra. So we're looking really good so far. And then now my structural glass, I actually probably made too much because I don't think I I don't think that I subtracted the valves from my total count. I might have. Just don't think I did. And also be very careful. Do not build this thing while inside of it. So there we go, and it should. Oh, duh. We gotta fill in the top too. I was about to say it didn't pop together. Watch this. This should. See that red aura? That means that it became, complete. And so this thing at a 5x5 size can hold 8 million millibuckets, aka you subtract 3 zeros, that's 8,000 buckets of whatever it is that it's holding. It can hold pretty much any fluid. I'm gonna put brine in there, but you could do water, you could do lava, you could do anything. So now that the dynamic tank is done, let's go back and let's put together the salination plant. So that's 1 note down, and within the first 8 minutes. Very nice. So this next one is the actual salination plant. And to do this, I'm gonna have to make a lot of things. And pretty much I'm gonna need the rest of my steel. Yeah, that's a lot of steel. I might as well put 1 in here. See, I knew that was gonna happen. That's Snowball tried to come out here. Why do I even have these? Let me just throw them. Okay, so I'm gonna leave 1 steel in there just so that I keep the form. I don't need the dynamic tanks and valves and stuff. Okay. So I needed a whole bunch of steel. I'm going to need a stack of copper, which is here. I'm going to need 4 of these red chips. I'm just going to take exactly 4 of them. I need 1 bucket, so that means I'm going to need 3 iron. And then I'm going to need a single glass pane. So there we go. That's all that you need to make 1 of these salination tanks. So now, evap. There we go. These are the main 3 material that you're gonna need. And again, I'm gonna need to make 228 of these thermal evaporation blocks. So if I hit shift click, I can make a lot of those. 228. I just made 4 stacks. Is that close? 64 times 4 is 256. I just way overdid it with the thermal evaporation blocks, which is okay because I'm gonna make 3 other ones of these. Probably not on camera, but now I might not have enough material to finish this. Oh, great. All right, so I gotta refer to my notes because it's a lot. Okay, so thermal evaporation, I need 2 of these valves. All right, 2 of these valves. So let me shift click. Or am I gonna make 4 of them? No, I'm only gonna make 2. Okay, I'm gonna make 2 of these valves, and that's what's gonna put in and take out brine. Or that's what's gonna put in water and take out brine, because water has to go into it and brine has to come out. So that is the valves. And then I believe that is it, except for the thermal evaporation controller. So I have to make my bucket. And this thing is what does pretty much all the work. I already have the glass pane. There it is. Okay, cool. So that, my friends, is honestly more than enough material to make your salination plant. Now there's one more major part, but I'm gonna go ahead and build the structure now. So the way they have to be made, and they're very particular about how they're built. Like this thing was kind of particular. This thing is very particular too. It can be a minimum of 3 blocks tall and a maximum of 18 blocks tall, where the bottom and the top have to be exactly the same, and then the middle can scale up. And I'll show you guys exactly what I mean by that. So the very bottom of this thing has to be a 4x4 solid base. Very simple. And then the rest have to just simply be rings, so that you have this, it's basically a tank. It's going to hold water and slowly, with the power of the sun, convert it into brine. So you're essentially with these evaporation blocks, which are primarily steel with a bit of copper, are creating a giant tank for holding the water. Now, why go so big? Well, I mean, it doesn't hurt. If you have the material, you might as well do it. And I'm gonna do it at the maximum size, again, so I can demonstrate that, but also so that you guys can see, you know, how it works and everything. By the way, give this video a like. All right, I've done a lot of work for this. For hours now, 2 or 3 hours now. I did this preparation for this video, and it is like 10 p.m. I'm normally not filming this late, but my wife's out of town, so I figured, you know what? I feel like playing Minecraft. And I love this Mekanism series, so having a blast with it. But definitely give these videos a like, subscribe, share with your friends, etc., because they're a lot of work, they're a lot of fun, but they're a lot of work. So, okay, so now what I have to do is I have to be able to pump water in and brine out. I'm gonna go ahead and set those valves down right there. One last full ring. Now, okay, so that was my 16 rings. If you went down and counted, you would count 16 rings that were donut shaped, right? The bottom was number 1, so we have layers 2 through 17, and then layer 18 has to be built very specifically as well, where I'm going to set these evaporation coils not on the corners, but on the sides. All right, be very careful with this, because if you mess this up, it's going to be really frustrating for you. And then I'm going to put my thermal evaporation controller right here. Now I'm just setting it up into the middle, all right, so that I'm, you know, I can like, I've got 2 command centers, because I'm going to have another one on this side, and you know, just so that everything's flowing in the same direction and everything. Now, there's one more thing. Notice how it already kind of started up, but it's not going to do anything because it's missing some parts. But it is working now. It's formed. Its height's 18. Everything worked out perfectly the way I wanted. But there's something very wrong here. It doesn't have a power system or a power source, and you cannot connect power. I can't connect my power source to this. And so now we get to make 3 more advanced solar generators. And the reason why I say 3 more is because you have to have 4 grand total. Those go on the corners, and one of them is over there. So let's go grab it and get ready to make 3 more. So that was already one other note. Look at that, dude. I am killing it. Boom. Oh, that hurt my ear. Owie. All right, give me that. Okay, so if I just teleport, this would be easier, wouldn't it? Temple set. Boom. I love that. All right, so that goes away. I'm going to put the extra material the extra thermal evaporation blocks into my personal chest, as well as this single advanced solar generator. I'm going to be making 3 more of them. And that comes to note number 3, which is not so bad, I don't think. So what I'm going to need out of this is, first things first, I'm probably going to need the steel. I don't even know how much steel I'm going to need. I might not need any steel. I don't know. One thing I'm definitely going to need is glass panes. So let's take 2 stacks of glass panes. I'm also going to take 2 stacks of redstone, an entire stack of this reinforced alloy, and 2 stacks of osmium. And that's just for the solar panels. I'm also going to take some gold. Where's the gold? There's the gold. I'm also going to take some more reinforced. Actually, I think I have enough reinforced alloy. And then some iron. And that should be everything we need. I don't know. We'll see. So, first things first. Look up solar. Again, I'm going to make 4 of these. These require 4 solar generators, 2 infused alloy, and 3 iron ingots. And again, I need 3 of these. So that means I need 3 times 4, so I need 12 solar generators. And to make a solar generator, you need 3 solar panels. So altogether, according to my notes, and I was correct, I need 36 solar panels. And I think I have everything that I need to actually make this. Let me set up the limiting factor there. There we go. So 36 solar panels. I just happen to have it all in my inventory. That worked out nicely. So now I need to make 12 of these energy tablets. Now, I have enough material to make 14, so that worked out perfect. What? There we go. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, I made extra, but guess what? I use these things all the time, so it's okay. So now I can mix all these things together. It looks like I've used up all of my infused alloy, so let me grab some more of that. And that, my friends, is going to be it. Now, again, I need 6 of these things. So, or no, not 6. 12 of these things. So let me go ahead and slap all these. Now you're not able to shift click because the energy tablet has a charge on it, an actual charge. So each item has its own separate ID. Okay, so 3, so that's 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, I'm out of osmium. Okay. 11 and 12. Okay, so I only made 2 extra energy tablets. Those are easy to use. I can find a use for them at some point. All right, so now that I've made my 12 solar generators, I can actually make the 3 advanced solar generators. No problem whatsoever. There we go. That was easier than I was expecting, to be quite honest. I'm making great time. I think pre-planning really helps. So let me throw all this back in there and let, the sorter deal with it as it wants to. And let's go set these up. Now, there's still one more thing that I have to deal with, and that's the actual water. But right now, I kind of want to make sure that these things are actually facing in the right direction. Yeah, that's good. All right, so unfortunately, it's not telling me anything. Maybe it's been updated, maybe it doesn't exist anymore, but there used to be a multiplier based on your biome, and I mentioned this earlier. The reason why I was making 4 of these things is simply because I'm in a cold biome, and these things don't work too well in that. At least that's the way I read it. It's not really showing me that here, though. So I guess I'm not going to worry about it for now. Let's go ahead and get an electric pump. Or go make an electric pump. I don't remember how to. P-U-M-P. Pump. Okay, that's not too bad. Let's get some osmium, some steel. Osmium, steel. What else was it? Glass. Some... Okay, I don't need that. Glass and iron. That's not iron. That's tin. Iron and reinforced alloy. Okay. So, steel casing. We've already made that before. We can mix all these together. I need a bucket. Boom. Okay. We got an electric pump. Now, I'm going to need to make another quantum entangloporter. simply because I'm gonna have a dedicated. Well, I could probably run the power down there, couldn't I? Yeah, I don't need to actually do that. I don't need to do it wirelessly, so we can go ahead and throw all that back down in there. I do have a water bucket. I think I've got 2 water buckets. I thought I did. I mean, it doesn't matter if I do or don't. I've got an unlimited water or power source here. So, if I want the water pump to be, let's just say like out here, because we want it to be out of the way, but still, you know, accessible, then let's go ahead and chop these out. Of course, fill in the gap there. Okay. And then we'll grab some water. And there we go. We have ourselves whoa. Jeez. Come on, buddy. Come on. Dang. Just so little water, but it has so much power. There we go. I forgot that I had my atomic disassembler on normal, which is like stupid fast. Okay, and I need to rotate. Oh, actually, you know what? If the power comes from out here, then I can pump the water over pretty easily, I guess. Here. The power can come from the other side. Okay, so, where is my power located? I believe it's actually coming from down there. So, if I just kind of like dig down underneath to where I hit that and then reach around, I should... how many blocks over is it? It's 3 blocks. Okay. No problem. So, let's dig down. I'm also gonna need plenty of cable for this. I've got a decent amount of cable. Okay. But it does go downward. It does go down. Yeah, I've got to go down a few blocks with my power cable. In fact, I've got to go. Actually, it'd be easier if I went from here, because I can make sure that it's down low, down underneath from the lowest point. There we go. All right, and then pump the cable or pump the cables over. I don't necessarily need this high of a level of cable right now, but it's not gonna hurt me to use them, I guess. And then if the power wants to come from underneath, water's gonna come and hit me in the face now, isn't it? There we go. Oop, nope. Alright, messing with cables, it's always fun. Looks like I'm about to run out of cables. Oh, I'm one down, I'm one short of having enough. Oh, that's so annoying. That's okay, I need to make more anyway, especially if I'm gonna have to run the cables to the other side for the other one eventually anyway. Okay, so, I need some more steel. I'm practically out of steel. Steel and redstone and reinforced alloy. Okay, so, if we make a whole bunch of these, let's just make a stack of these, okay? Because I tend to need them on a regular basis. There we go. All right, and I can put the steel back. I'm gonna have to make some more steel off camera or something because this just ain't working. All right, I'm gonna hold on to the dirt for now. Yeah, because I need to go in with the dirt. I guess it doesn't have to. Doesn't have to be dirt over it, right? Let's go ahead and connect the power. See if this thing's roaring now. Yep, it's got the water. Awesome. And then the mechanical pipes will take the water into this valve here. So if we go up and over, I kind of wish... No, this is right. Okay. Right into there. So now the water is pumping into this thing super duper fast. Of course, the temperature's really low because it's dark and stuff. And also, look at this. This water actually froze. Ooh. Oh my. The fact that this water just froze up is a bad sign. I might have to... You know what? If I put a torch next to it, that should melt it, right? Oh my. Okay, so this side decided it wanted to melt, but this side didn't. Okay, well, figure it out. I'll figure it out later. Okay, so I've got water going into this thing now, so it is now producing brine. So now what I need to do is put down... Oh, this might be an issue here. I might want to pipe in the brine on the other side, because otherwise this is going to be an issue. Here. Fluids. There we go. Dang it! Okay, I'm running out of every pipe that there is right now. Ooh, okay, I forgot to do this. Can't believe in everything all ugly now, can I? There we go. Alright, and is there plenty of power coming out of there? Yeah, we're not having an issue of power. We're just having an issue of, I think my water's froze up. Also, why is there an item over here? It must have been like a piece of dirt or something. I need some more mechanical pipes. So, once again, need more of them, and I'm gonna need some more of those. Let's make some buckets. And there we have it. I have now mechanical pipes. Okay. And there we are. All right, so it is now set up appropriately, and I can even walk underneath it and everything to begin to fill this dynamic tank with brine. Now, it's going to go indefinitely. It's going to go forever because, I mean, it's just... It's going to take forever. I mean, look at this. It's at 1,000 megabytes out of mega buckets out of 8 million. So let me go ahead and sleep. I'm going to see if I can get that ice to melt. That is just not okay. I might have to like put some lava next door or something if it'll help melt that stuff. But yeah, there we go, guys. It is working. Unfortunately, okay, it didn't melt. So being daylight really helps. Yeah, I think that this thing just accepts really, really fast. Very interesting. So if I were to speed this thing up, let's make some speed upgrades and see if that thing will work faster. Speed upgrades are simple. I just need atomic alloy. I'm going to put my steel back, actually. And osmium. And glass. And I've got to go crush the osmium. I've got another crusher over here, don't I? I thought I did. I guess I don't. Okay, so don't eject. I'm going to put 8 osmium in here. I think osmium is speed. I may be remembering wrong. I don't know. Speed upgrades. Nice. All right, it's going to get very, very energy inefficient, but I'll change that. I'll fix it. Well, let's see if this will fix it here. I'm hoping that this thing will fill up, like it'll start to... Oh, okay, the pipe turned blue. That means that it is filling at full speed. That is awesome. All right, and using 10 kilojoules per tick. Holy cannoli. All right, and yeah. All right, now we're producing at a decent rate. That's what's up. Our temperature is okay. I don't see any reason or any issues there. Maybe I was wrong with the whole biome situation. I do want to upgrade this thing with energy efficiency now because I fear that water pump is really going to mess with me. So let me grab a few gold ingots here and we'll make it a little bit better. Very nice, guys. So we now have brine. This is just the beginning of the story, though. Did not mean to drop that. This is just the beginning of the story, though, okay? Brine is just essential for... or quadrupling. It's the first step. Now, we're only 30 minutes into the episode. I generally go for an hour. So I could, technically... get going with the ore quadrupling, but I think this has been a really, really intense episode, and we built a lot, to be honest. And off camera, I may end up building the rest of these. I mean, it's filling up very slowly. We're at 2% capacity right now, or is that 20? No, that's not even 2%. That's 2 out of 80. So that's 1 out of 40. That's 2.5%. That's close. 2.5%. So it's really not that bad. It's not that inefficient. But, you know, not terrible. I feel like this valve should be up here. It's gonna ruin it, I think. Yeah, everything that we had in there is gone because I screwed up. But I felt strongly that this needed to... Oh, it's still in there. Nice. Okay. I thought that would break. Totally expected that to break. Okay, so we're getting a decent amount of brine. You know what, guys? I'm gonna pull up my notes. I know that this has already been a really intense episode, but that was really the worst part. Now I just need to... I think I need to build like 2 or 3 more machines and use that brine with those machines to create ore quadrupling, so that I can live up to what was advertised for this episode. So, or at least what I mentioned in the last video. So let me do a little bit of research, and I'll get right back with you. Alright guys, so I found a flow chart online that really explains it well. So I've got the brine. Now what I need to do is I need to pull that brine out and run it through an electrolytic separator, which is the same thing that separates the water, the hydrogen from the oxygen in water. So to make one of those things, and I'll just do it really quickly because you guys have seen it before. Actually, I've got an extra one sitting around somewhere, but all this is very basic. The only thing I need is 1 gold, 2 osmium, and an iron. And... it needs to be crushed. Oh. 1 gold, 2 osmium, and an iron. So these things are necessary ingredients to make this electrolytic core, which I should be able to just make outright. And then I've got everything else in my inventory except for the redstone. So let's throw this thing together, and there we are. Alright, so I've got the electrolytic separator. It's gonna need to go through... you know, the power system here, and it's going to be accepting this oxygen. So if I'm able to actually turn it over, and yeah, because oxygen's coming out of the left, right? So if I turn this around, I should then be able to accept oxygen. Oh, hydrogen. Yes, hydrogen. So the wait. Oh, this thing's turned around backwards. Is that... I'm so confused right now. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. So, hydrogen. So, that's what I needed. Hydrogen. So, my bad, dude. My bad. So, if I turn this on, and gases is set to output 1 and output 2. So, they're both set to output. So, I should be able to accept this thing. It isn't, though. So, maybe that's because... Ah, I know why. Because it only outputs out of those 2. So... what if I turn her like that? Am I able to accept gases here now? That's weird. Why won't it let me accept gases? I don't get it. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, no. Okay, so I have to run the brine directly into this thing. My goodness. All right, and then I've also got to get this power, and I've got to send it over there. My bad, y'all. My bad. I was totally confused there for a second, but we're good now. I'm good. I'm ready. I wasn't not looking at the flowchart. I wasn't expecting to get through all that as fast as I did today, so just saying. Impressed, but also shocked a little bit. So let's put a little power to this thing, and now it has power. Very good. Very good. So now this thing needs to accept the brine, which it is going to be. I believe brine is a. Yeah, I should be able to use this type of tank. So let's go, boom. And there we go. Okay, so the brine, we got it. All right, we got one thing figured out, okay? So the electrolytic separator is accepting brine. I've got loads of it, by the way, so we're doing great there. It's separating the sodium from the chlorine. Now, the thing that we need is chlorine because we're gonna use it and combine it with the hydrogen. Remember, we were gonna talk about hydrogen. With the hydrogen to make hydrogen chloride. And then the sodium here, I'm just going to dump excess for now because I don't really know what else to do with it at this point. And just to make this easy, I'm going to do something special here, okay? I need hydrogen, honestly. Like, I'm going to need a lot of hydrogen. This is my water here. I'm gonna have 2 of these water pumps, one on either side, so I should be able to pump water into this thing. I'm just trying to think about what would be the nicest way to do this. Not just the best way, but the nicest way too. I want it to look good. I'm gonna eat a pork chop. Take a lunch break. This is good though, we're making progress. I was gonna use a quantum entangler to bring in hydrogen from over there, but I kinda think that we need a whole new hydrogen system. Like, I don't know why, but I just feel like that's necessary. Especially because I have water here. It's easy. It should be easy. So, if I were to get an electrolytic separator. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. I need hydrogen. Okay, let's, or, you know, I could just use this hydrogen. Feel like I should be able to just use this hydrogen. Pressurized tubes. Let's just use this hydrogen for now. No, gosh, I know what this does. Whenever you use an electrolytic separator, you should use only one of them and dump the excess of the other. Otherwise, you end up with these weird times when one fills up and then the other one doesn't run. And it just doesn't work. So I'm not going to fall for that. So I'm going to crush up and make another electrolytic separator. Darn it. I was trying to do it the lazy way and I shouldn't do that. So let's do this again. I've already have everything in my inventory, so it should be super easy. Okay, I've got it. Now, I need the water. And I kind of want to bring the power from underneath. This would be kind of cool. Yeah, let's bring the power from underneath. Underneath this giant tank of brine. Now this, my friends, is pretty epic. I have to say, this is pretty sweet. All right, let's put this down. Power cable. Probably don't even need that right there. I could probably just set this down right here. And so that thing's powered. Okay, so now I need to bring the mechanical pipes over. Here's my water, so I can just bring it straight over. Oh, I have to remember there's going to be a tank here, so the water actually needs to go technically, the water could come up and around like this, couldn't it? Dang it. Try to get cute. There we go. Come on, buddy. There we go. Okay, so the water will come around. And remember, I'm trying to set this up to where the other tank can connect and it won't be a problem. And I can make it symmetrical so it's not too, too ugly. There we go. Okay, so now we're cooking, okay? We are cooking. So I'm gonna dump excess oxygen and my hydrogen is currently producing. So it's gonna pump out from this side. So I kind of feel like, yeah. So I kind of feel like I should, I'm gonna have to pull this chlorine out on this side. That hydrogen's gonna come out on that side as well. And I'm gonna need to put those two chemicals together in a new machine called the chemical infuser. And I may very well be able to make that now. Let me just see here. Chemical infuser, there we go. That is not too bad. Okay, so I definitely need a few things though. I'm gonna need the steel. My poor steel is barely making it here. All right, steel casing. I'm gonna need to make 2 of these basic chemical tanks. And then I need some of these basic control circuits, and there we go. So I'm going to be, with this chemical infuser, I'm going to be mixing chlorine with hydrogen to make hydrochloric acid. And I'm actually wondering if I can't turn this. Well, see, I've got to get the hydrogen over here too. Let's move the hydrogen. Well, no, I should come up with a plan first, shouldn't I? I can't pull the hydrogen has to come out from here, so I can probably go down and over next to that other wire, which means it's going to come out from over here. So that means if I were to turn this, see if I can just rotate. Put it on wrench mode. There we go. All right, and then hydrogen and fluorine. So I'm going to be able to accept one, just like so. Oh, it didn't have to be rotated. Oh my gosh. There we go. So the chlorine is now dumping into here, and it's going in directly. I don't have my power system connected to this yet, but I can definitely do it. Well, didn't have to do that, did I? Just do this. Boom. All right. Cool. So I've already got the chlorine. Now I just got to get the hydrogen, and then we are set. And where does it need to come again? Right next to it, right? Because I've got one coming in one side and one coming in the other. Ah, come on. There we go. Okay, pressurized tubes. I'm just gonna let this thing follow me. And there we go. All right, so we have chlorine and we have hydrogen, and it is now making hydrogen chloride. Look at us, man. This is an extreme acid because we're literally going to melt the ores and make quadruple the ingots out of the same ore. So this is fantastic. So now we have the hydrogen chloride. And now all we have to do is make a single machine, one more machine, and then we're ready to go. So I think this machine is quite difficult to make, though. It's called the chemical injection chamber. And to make a chemical injection chamber, I have to have a purification chamber, which means I have to have an enrichment chamber, which means I have to have a steel casing. So basically, I got to get one of everything. So you know what? I'm going to dump everything. And then I'm going to pull everything back out fresh. So pull everything out. I don't need that. I don't need any of these. Well, I'm gonna need the cables, but I'm not putting them away or anything. Okay, so again, steel, osmium, glass. I mean, basically the whole 9 yards, except for the steel. Where's the steel? It should be here. Yeah, I'm just gonna grab all that steel. Osmium, glass, and then let's just take a little bit of all of this, or all of it. That's fine. All right, steel casing. Oops. Oh, forgot to get some redstone. Okay, so I'm going to make an enrichment chamber, and then that's going to convert into a purification chamber, and then that's going to convert into a chemical injection chamber, which I forgot the gold. And there we have it. All right, guys, so the HCl that I'm making there has to get right here. This thing accepts the HCl, and then I can use it. Now, I don't have to pipe it over here, okay? I like to do that, but I don't have to. So another way to do it is I can use I believe HCl is a gas. Yeah, I believe it's a gas, which means that I can use a tank, and I can fill that tank, and then just put the tank in here. So to make a tank, let me just make sure it's like one of those, not a fluid tank. I want a... Ooh, this shows me what can actually go in here. Interesting. Hydrofluoric acid. That's not the same thing. Hold on. Hydrochloric. Dang, there's a lot of different kinds of gases, isn't there? Really hard to tell. Here, let's type hydrogen chloride. Hydrogen chloride. Huh. Ah, okay, cool. So, I just had to do a little bit of research to understand exactly what's going on. So, hydrogen chloride in the chemical injection chamber creates shards. I already knew all that. What I didn't know is that I could use a basic chemical tank. So, I'm going to use that to basically take as much of it as I possibly can. So, and I'm not just going to make a basic one. I'm actually going to make an ultimate one. So I'm going to need a lot of material, mostly, well, I've got everything in my inventory that I need here. So let's go ahead and make the basic, and then the advanced, and then the elite, and then the ultimate. Now the ultimate can hold, oh, forgot to get the atomic alloys. The ultimate tank can hold 512 buckets of HCl. It's a lot. That's a lot of HCl, for sure. So as this, I've only made 5. But I can now hold 512. It's going into that now. So that will fill up for a very long time. Now, I'm going to come back and demonstrate or quadrupling, because the show's not over, okay? We gotta at least demonstrate that. But I'm going to do a couple of things first. I've got, it can do speed, energy, and I'm assuming also gas. Yes, gas upgrades. And muffling. I don't care about muffling so much. I also need to connect this thing to power. So... where's my... Cool. Okay, that worked. So this thing now has power. And I need to do all 3 of those different types of upgrades. So I have 8 for energy, 8 for speed, and I don't remember how to do the gas upgrade. It's just iron. Oh, okay. Easy. Cool. So I'm going to crush all these. And I think I've got enough stuff in my inventory to actually... to be able to make them all right now. Okay, with that, there's my speed upgrades, there's my gas upgrades, and there are my energy upgrades. Excellent. Also, these can be upgraded to, I believe, a factory. Let me just make sure. smelting, I think it's called an injecting factory. Yeah, okay, so I can actually make this a factory. I will do that off camera. I'm not going to bore you guys with that. I just want to demonstrate this and show you guys that it's actually working. But yeah, so this can be upgraded to an ultimate factory, and I can actually quadruple all of my ores 9 at a time. I mean, this is going to be nuts. I'm really, really looking forward to it. Been looking forward to this for a long, long time. I wanted to get this whole facility built up specifically because I knew that I was going to need some space. And this is just the beginning, really. So, ooh, we're doing pretty good on brine. I might not need as many as I'm expecting to need. Oh, okay, 7. I've nearly got 10 buckets of HCl. Look at that. Okay. Last upgrade is going to be the gas upgrade. There we go. Yeah, 1 out of 8. Cool. So it's going to be very, very efficient. Now, I've got to run home, and I'm going to grab some ores. Because remember, I've got loads and loads of ores. I haven't used them yet. By the way, I've got some ancient debris. Not that that matters, but I've got some. Let's do... What do you guys want to see? I would like to do gold. I don't know. I have an affinity for gold. Alright, so this chest here, I'm actually going to turn off auto eject, so it's not even on, and I'm going to turn off auto sort as well, so you guys can actually see everything, you know, happen naturally. I want to show you guys what it all looks like. So auto eject is off. So, let me go grab the HCl, which we have worked so hard to get. I mean, this has been the hardest I've worked to get a chemical in my whole life. So let's put this right over here. There we go. And so, welcome to ore quadrupling, guys. I did not expect to get this far in today's video, to be completely honest. Let's throw this gold ore into here, and it's going to create a single ore and turn it into 4 gold shards. Now, if I put these shards into the purifying chamber, or factory, it turns them into clumps, 4 to be exact. And then throw the clumps into the crusher, and it turns into dirty dust. You guys know where this is going. The dirty dust is sent in through the enrichment chamber to create regular gold dust. And then the gold dust is sent through the smelting factory for ingots. And so I am able to get 4 golden ingots out of a single ore. Ore. So this, my friends, is simply amazing. I mean, I have to be honest. Very, very awesome. And I'm curious actually how much... Actually curious to see how much this actually used up. 764. Let's just do one of them. 764. So it used up about 1/5 of a bucket of CHCl per ore. Only 1/5 of a bucket. Interesting. And of course that gold took off. All right. Well then, let's throw the rest of that in there. This is definitely going to be the limiting factor here, is this HCl. This is why I wanted to get as much brine as I possibly could. Yeah, look at how fast I'm running out of HCl right now. Crazy, bro. Crazy. But it is up and running now, guys. It is working. And I am very, very happy. Very happy. All right, look at that. All this gold is already done processing. That's crazy. How much gold do I have now? Looking good. 200. That's awesome. Hopefully, yeah, I need to fill up these, I need to do all that back, put everything back together. But anyway, guys, that I believe is gonna have to do it for me today in this episode. I am so tired. My brain is absolutely 100% broken, but we got ore quadrupling figured out in a single episode. All the way from nothing to throwing together this dynamic tank, which can hold, again, 8,000 buckets, getting this brine put together, which can hold a lot. Okay, for some reason I thought it told me how much you could hold, but oh, it can. 10,000 buckets. Okay. Or I'm sorry, 10 buckets. 10 buckets. That's all I can hold is 10 buckets? What the heck? It's got flipping, it's a giant. How can it only hold 10 buckets of brine? How much water does it hold? That's actually the question. Oh. That's a lot of water. That is 4,500 buckets of water. Wow. Okay, that thing's actually pretty amazing. Wow. All right then. Well, guys, this thing is going to be working overnight, nonstop, as it makes tons of HCl. Hopefully I can just get it to where I can just leave that tank in there and not think about it for a while and let that accumulate and maybe get like a second tank and then alternate between the two. And yeah, I don't really 100% know what I'm gonna get up to in the next episode, guys. I do have some thoughts. I do have some I don't know. I don't think we have enough power. I think that we're gonna eventually have a problem with power. My gas burning generator is, well, it's keeping up. It's keeping up okay. Let me just see how much stuff it's got in there right now. See, oh, wow, the crusher's completely full. Yeah, my gas burning generator, it's doing okay, but if I start processing through all of this, then it's gonna start to struggle. And so I think having a better energy solution may be on the horizon for us. Whether this episode, maybe not this episode, but next episode or the episode after that, I'm not sure. But for now, guys, I think that this is gonna have to do it for me today in this episode of Surviving with Mekanism. Check that out. It's amazing. Yeah, love it. Gotta love having brine, salty water. It's good stuff. Guys, that's it for me. Like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily gaming videos. We got quadrupling figured out, so please give me a like. This is amazing. Be looking forward to the next episode. It's going to be probably just as amazing. And I'm probably going to build the other 3 brine facilities off camera just in my spare time. It's fun. I enjoy it. Remember that I love each and every one of you, and I will see you all again next time.